Welcome to the Deezy Report. Don't you know I love haters? I love them all. I love them all. I love them all. Now Draymond Green basically did a press conference. I think it was after the game, and he basically said, "Why do we have Black History Month? Teach my history year round." And then you had some. What's up, Kazim? You have some people saying, well, that was disrespectful. Even though it's a month and it doesn't matter what month it is, you still should know it year round, but don't get rid of the month. I'm like, bro, if you're celebrating Black History Month, you are what's wrong with being black in the first place. You're black every day. And then this is what pisses me off. Instead of you guys looking at the big picture, you guys attack and get mad at one little thing that Draymond Green says. Black history should be taught. I mean, real black history, not the Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman, not just that history. There's other history about blacks. There's history about a black man who mailed himself to freedom. He was a slave and mailed himself to freedom. There's other stories about blacks that they don't teach you. The only thing they teach you about Black History Month is slavery. And we had history way before that. Right, it should be an actual class in school. You know, you guys give the damn Jews everything. The Jews get every goddamn thing in the book. They only were what? The Holocaust ain't even last that long. Slavery's still going on for blacks today. They just moved it from the slave and corn from the cotton fields into the workplace now and into the economy, into the high interest rates and the taxation of blacks. It's so much stuff that they've done to blacks in as a whole that people are still dumbfounded by. And it's just it has me my mind boggled like, why the hell are y'all fighting for a damn month? All of this is by design why they made the month. Draymond says something, he's right. I agree with him. There was nothing wrong with what he said, but I've been saying this for 15 years. I've said this for a long time that they need to get rid of Black History Month and they need to teach Black history year round. Like Kazim said here, you know, it should be an actual class in school. It should be. It should be an actual class, but you got governors like DeSantos and all of these buzzards trying to get rid of Black history and all in school. It's like, why? Why is everything designed to tear us up, tear us apart, but yet black people still are blind to the fact that they're doing this by design? They've always been afraid of us. They've always had the problem of us coming together. That's why they've mixed our gene pool with theirs so they can have a better control of our people. They couldn't control the dark-skinned brothers or the dark-skinned sisters. They couldn't do that. You know, they couldn't do that. So they said, you know what? We'll just mix you guys' gene pool. Once we mix your gene pool, mix everything up, boom, we'll have control of you. What's up, Phil G? Yeah, exactly, Kazim. If you're gonna talk about the discovery of America, which Christopher Columbus never discovered America, America was already discovered. It just wasn't called America. He actually founded, I think it was South America, I believe. And then, slavery, when are we going to get the full history about the blacks to the students? And that's the truth. Bro, do you ever sleep? Yeah, I sleep, but it's not a lot. I take naps and stuff. And then I'm back to work, then off work. When you trying to grind, man, you ain't trying to work for these people for your whole life, man. You got to sacrifice. But I get some sleep though. But see, that's the thing, is that they'll teach us about this whack history, but when it comes to black history, we only get a month. And unless you go to a HBCU, you're not really going to learn anything. You're not really going to learn a lot of things. And see, this is the problem. But I don't have a problem with God dang it. I don't have a problem with what Draymond said, because Draymond's absolutely right. Why is it that our history is always messed with? Now, the masses, the people, they're not gonna like this. Like Adam Silver and all the the people behind closed doors aren't gonna like it. LeBron gonna be like, "Hey Dre, man, what you talking about?" You know, there's a lot of people that's not gonna like what he said, but everything he said is absolutely correct. So I don't get why anybody would have a problem with that. You know. So, but see, this is what they get mad at and stuff, man, because you have people who come out and they have a difference of opinion. It's like we live in a world where it's like nobody has an opinion. Nobody has an opinion no more. Nobody has freedom thinking, you know, and it's just sad. It's sad as hell. But Black History Month and everything, you know, is a month where they're like, here, black folks, we give you a month. Now get off our back. Like it's a privilege to have Black History Month. It's like, dude, and I'm black every day. Then you guys aren't even teaching the real black history. They're not even teaching you the real black history. you know. But do I believe that old stink breath donkey backpack jumper LeBron stick right. It's the triple single having that right. But we know why he did this. He did this stuff just to, you know, he did this stuff so he can be put in the news, and because he's been playing terrible, so he's trying to. That's the only reason why he's bringing it out, because he's been playing terrible. You know, so so and this is the problem. He said, "When does he ever play good?" Draymond was good before he got with LeBron. When he got with LeBron and started drinking, and and he's been terrible. But you're right, Kazim. Like, when has he played good? He hasn't played good since that finals game 7 where they lost to the Cavs, where Kyrie hit that shot on Steph. That was the last time he's played actual great basketball. His game was terrible. Like, he used to get double doubles every game. Now it's like, what are you doing? But Black History Month is a hoax. I've been said this. I've been said this for a long time, that it's a hoax. We should have been got rid of Black History Month. Black history should be celebrated every day of our existence, and we should be able to talk about it. You know, but see, they try to give you a month to celebrate your history, which is stupid. Then you have white folks that are just being even more egregious when it comes to it. But see, if we show the same disrespect they show us, we'll be crucified for it. Yeah, you're right, Kazim. Yeah, Phil G, we black 365 days out of the year. That don't stop the cops from harassing us. That don't stop the cops from, you know, locking our ass up. They don't care, you know. And they even disrespect us during Black History Month. You had a student lead a walkout after allegedly being told to limit Black History Month program.
History is history, and it's already been made.
Fair use, fair use.
Erased. More than 200 students at Hillcrest High walked out of school today because they say they were told to censor their Black History Month program. ABC 3340's Megan Scarano is on the story tonight. She joins us live from Hillcrest High. Megan, what did students say they couldn't include in that program?
Brenda, the walkout lasted about an hour here this morning at Hillcrest High, and students on the board of the Black History Month program say that they were told that they had to leave out topics like the civil rights movement and slavery from this year's program. And it's something that the students tell me is insulting and out of line.
I think this walkout stands on how passionate I am about having this Black History Month program. It's everything to me.
Jemiah Brown organized the walkout at Hillcrest High, and all of these students supported her. She says the demonstration was in response to what the students in charge of putting on the program were told by.
And then look at this. They're just showing black women. They're not showing none of the black men. You see what they do psychologically? It's like black men, they don't want black men to exist at all. They just want it to be about black women by themselves. And this is the mind control that I try to tell people you need to watch and look for. They're taking away all stuff for black men, for black kids, for the black boys. They want everything for the black girls and black women. Look at what they're doing. They're glorifying playing Little Mermaid. It's like we are always looking for acceptance by white people, and that's the problem. If blacks would just wake up one day and say, look, I don't give a damn what a white person thinks, that'll be a big, strong step into the right direction. But they're not going to do it because you got all these gatekeepers who are basically, in the way of letting us grow. And then Kazim, you're right. All they talk about is Malcolm X, MLK, Muhammad Ali, but they don't talk about the accolades. They don't never bring up what they had to go through to get to where they at. That's why y'all don't see me celebrating no Black History Month. Like my nieces asked me, Uncle Harry, you celebrate Black History Month? I said, hell no, I'm black every day. Why the hell I'm finna celebrate me being black for one goddamn month? It's like, come on, man. Like it's like black people done got so brainwashed, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Oprah Winfrey don't give a damn about the black man, but she trying to talk about black history. Her and Gayle King have done nothing but destroy black men over the history of time. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, Black History is 365. That's why I said, man, F February. I've always said F February. Yeah, look how she did Michael Jackson. Exactly. Look how she did Michael Jackson. Just tore Michael Jackson down. That's how it is. They only show, they're only showing black women. They're only showing black women when it comes to black history or when it's talking about black men or black people. They only show black women. It's like they want black. It's like, look, man, they wanted to be black women and little boys. They trying to turn the boys into girls and the girls into the boys. It's crazy. Look at this. This is a story from February 1st, 2021. Alexander says, let's get rid of Black History Month. Personally, I think we should have Black History Month at all. I don't think we should have Black History Month at all. The Black community doesn't deserve to have their entire history condensed to fit into the shortest month of the year. But it happens. Every year it happens, and organizations, companies, and schools butcher Black history and focus on the same few figures: Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, maybe a little bit of Malcolm X. Of course, they were instrumental in the civil rights movement and, in Douglas' case, abolishing slavery. But this is just a glimpse of Black history and primarily focuses on the past 60 years of U.S. history. We are not putting forth our best effort to commemorate and celebrate Black history, not with these mild attempts and brief timelines attempting to cover the entirety of Black history in a single month to promote comfort among our whitewashed history pages is demeaning to Black ancestry. Through a more inclusive and diverse curriculum, Black history can be celebrated every day and treated as crucial and essential part of America's historical discourse. The father of Black history, Carter G. Woodson, first came up with the idea of Black History Month back in 1926, but at that time, it was introduced as Negro History Week and was the second week of February. In 1976, it became celebrated for the entire month of February thanks to President Gerald Ford. And ever since then, we have celebrated Black History Month annually. Woodson's brainchild wasn't meant to last, as he hoped that time would come when Negro History Week would be unnecessary and that people would be willingly recognize the contributions of Black Americans as a legitimate and integral part of the history of this country. If we start to adopt Woodson's dream as our own and provide and adopt the more inclusive and thorough approach to Black history, we can get rid of condensed and oversimplified versions of Black history we now know. We can embrace the entirety of Black history as a part of our national history and in turn undo the failures of previous historians. Despite the feeble attempts made by the U.S. schools to cover Black history, these institutions are severely lacking in depth teachings as source of knowledge. The education system has no excuse for doing the bare minimum. U.S. history textbooks and curriculum are dominated by white European history, and the absence of Black history aside from slavery and the civil rights movement is evident. Talk of racism and race as a whole in classrooms is avoided, as many feel uncomfortable talking about issues of race and focusing on institutional racism in our schools is even harder to face with white privilege rearing its ugly head. Some schools even fail to cover the civil rights movement and police brutality as a whole, which is telling of how much schools are willing to participate in Black History Month. Our history courses often forget that in MLK's I Have a Dream speech, he states that civil rights devotees will never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. Without in-depth teachings, educators are proving that the surface level of Black history is enough to keep them comfortable, as opposed to reassuring and making Black students feel a part of much of Black history. With this erasure, Black and brown students grow up knowing all about white history, but not their own, and feel more and more isolated. Not only is this an educational malpractice, but it worsens the racism found in the education system. But if schools start incorporating more thorough teachings about Black history in their curriculum, then the need for Black History Month will falter, and we can accept the entire history of the U.S. instead of the whitewashed version we have now. The education system has let down millions of students who hope to understand their own history, which is revealing in a nation where Black people were once considered three-fifths of a person. And I'm not the only Black person who feels this way. as if society and the education system are doing the bare minimum to make a major chunk of American society feel included. University of Utah's own Black Cultural Center director, Maliga Garfield, had plenty to say on the matter of Black History Month. Maliga's start to Black history was by his own parents after a kid in Maliga's kindergarten class asked if he was black because he drank chocolate milk. It wasn't until his third grade that Maliga started learning about the surface level of Black history. As he said, it was kind of bare bones, of course. We talked about historical figures like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and things of that nature, but not really in depth. Like, where do we come from? Like, why is it structured like that? Or why is it like that today? Then Maliga truly didn't get into the depths of Black history until college, where he had Africana studies. Not only did the public schools fail Maliga, but they failed millions of other students who had to wait until college to start understanding their history. With the accomplishments of Black people being overlooked, the American historical discourse is incomplete, and we need to do more to fix it. Black and brown students are growing up without a sense of their own history. That's why schools need to ultimately adopt a more inclusive and diverse curriculum. Getting rid of Black History Month is long overdue. At its best, Black History Month helps people learn, understand, and admire the accomplishments of high profile, influential Black people. It provides companies, schools, and organizations the chance to boast inclusivity and commemorate Black figures through events and products. At its worst, it fails to cover the entirety of Black history and instead of focuses on few Black historical figures and the past 50 years of U.S. history, blatantly erasing centuries of Black history and struggle. If educators and leaders adopt an inclusive approach to discussing Black history in further depth, we could begin helping the Black community feel represented as a part of the U.S. historical fabric, while their white counterparts can assimilate to Black culture and recognize its integral role in society. Black history should never be a task or checkbox for people to complete for 1 month of the year. Recognizing and learning Black history should be a constant effort. And this was written in February 1st, 2021. So that's the truth. Black History Month is nothing but a joke. It started off as a week, and then they made it into a month to try to keep Black folks happy. But see, they love to minimize our existence. They minimize our existence, you know. Right, exactly, Phil G. We damn near invented everything this world uses. Right, Kazim. They know that we're more intelligent, more mature, stronger mentally, and handle more adversity. We do. We always handle adversity more. They can't handle no adversity. They got to come up. They got to come up with a law or come up with something just to make them seem like they're superior or make them seem like, they're the victim. then they've just now started talking about Black Wall Street, when there was a lot more Black Wall Streets than just in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right. They fold as soon as they get told no or rejected. And yeah, there's way more than Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, the destruction of the black man, the destruction of the young black male. It's so many stuff talking about the destruction of black men and black males, and nobody wants to talk about it because this is by design.
We have always got along fine with the niggas. We never mistreated them. And there's no complaints. And they are all happy. They are all happy.
You see, they basically so they got a video on YouTube called 400 Years, a case for the deliberate destruction of the black community. It's a lot of stuff out there. Even the video or movie of from Hebrews to Negroes, that taught about a lot of stuff. That was a very powerful movie. If everybody has a chance, I'm gonna try to watch that movie again tomorrow. But if anybody has a chance, watch that movie, how it breaks down, the different houses. It shows you the Semites, it tells you Hamites, talks to you about Japheth. Now look at this. You see this? This is a black woman. Look at that black woman. That is what has happened to our culture. They've been taught to wear all this fake hair, this fake stuff, to hate themselves. Black women have been taught that. Black men have been taught that. Because of how Michael B. Jordan, that's why I made the video I talked to people about, him taking it personal. Michael B. Jordan is scarred. He's a scarred young man because he was teased. He was called corny. He was called all type of names and stuff, especially by black women. That's why he dates white women now, because white women have shown him the appreciation for himself that the black women don't show, and they don't show it. And people don't understand is that's traumatizing. They don't understand how psychologically damaging black women are towards the black man. They don't understand that. They be like, man, just man up. You a man. Like we don't have any feelings. Yeah, you hear it from your own because then it hurts more. And people look at it like, oh man, he was corny for saying what he said to her. Why is he corny? And this is the reason why, this is the reason why we continue to fall off. We continue to be overlooked, because we do this to each other. Like we call each other corny. It's like, why we call each other corny? Because that's what's been embedded in our DNA to say, is to call one another that. You got a lot of our athletes being torn down because, they speak up, they speak their mind. They have a problem with how things are done, but they're torn down. Like, look at Kevin Durant. Everybody disses Kevin Durant for going to play with the Golden State Warriors. They diss him for no reason. Yet, their favorite player, LeBron James, has been doing the same thing for years, but he doesn't get any pushback. You got people in the comment section saying he was down 3-1 and lost. So what? He was up 3-1 and they lost. Who cares? There's been plenty of people to lose a 3-1 lead. There's been plenty of people. There's been people who lost a 2-1 lead. Y'all guy lost a 2-1 lead in the finals when he had Golden State on the ropes. Mozgov was giving him buckets. He was getting help from everybody. But as usual, he chokes, but he gets no backlash. He gets another pass. Yeah, but my thing is, the point is to win a championship, DC. It shouldn't matter if you go to a team or you stay with a team and homegrown. It's a team game. The point is to win a championship. There's nothing in the rule book to say you can't go play on a team. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have a problem with the teams LeBron has gone to or Kevin Durant's played for. My issue is, why does everybody else care? Just go out there and beat them. Just beat them. Right. The Warriors built their team from the draft up, and they went after Kevin Durant. But nobody blames the Warriors. Everybody blamed Kevin Durant. But the Warriors paid Jerry West You see this? Here's what Jerry West reportedly told Kevin Durant during his Warriors pitch. West reportedly told Durant that his basketball life would be easier in Golden State. Golden State Warriors advisor and NBA legend Jerry West spoke to free agent Kevin Durant over the phone on Saturday night, as first reported by the Mercury News' Tim Kawakami. West, whose Los Angeles Lakers team lost 7 times in the NBA Finals before winning a chip in his 12th season, told Durant, who has been to the finals once, that those losses still eat at West today at 78 years old. According to ESPN's Chris Broussard. Chris Broussard even reported this story. West spoke to Durant from the perspective of an all-time great player who kept falling short of winning an NBA championship while West won a title with the Los Angeles Lakers in 1972. He lost his 7 trips to the NBA Finals and finished 1-8 in the finals overall. West told Durant those losses still eat at him to this day, according to sources. West also told Durant that playing alongside the Warriors star trio of Curry, Thompson, and Green would make it much easier on him. West opened that in Oklahoma City, most of Durant's shots attempts are difficult and contested. According to ESPN, West also said that if Durant joined the Warriors, he'd be more appreciated for his all-around game and he'd have a much easier time scoring. It's hard to argue with any of these points, but it's completely unclear if they would trump Durant's loyalty to OKC. So that's what I'm saying. They brought Jerry West in, who was an advisor, to pitch to bring him over there. But yet, Kevin Durant gets destroyed. Here it is. Jerry West. Since everybody wants to talk bad about KD, Jerry West comments on criticism of Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. Basketball Hall of Famer and Golden State Warriors executive board member Jerry West is speaking out against the criticism heaped on Kevin Durant for choosing to sign with the Golden State Warriors over the summer. Speaking to Adrian Wojnarowski on the Vertical podcast, West did not hold back with his opinion of what others had to say about Durant and the Warriors. I thought it was justly unfair not only to the Warriors, but more importantly to Kevin, to hear some of these things that some of these basketball experts, to hear ex-players say things about it is disgusting. I wish I had a chance to be a free agent because I probably wouldn't have finished my career in Los Angeles. So you see this? This is a Hall of Famer saying this. After Durant chose to leave OKC, Thunder fans of the team began burning his jersey because that's the new thing to do. So there's been vocal criticism from Durant, and Paul Pierce said, I could have left Boston years ago, but I stuck it out. I just feel like when you're that close as a competitor, you don't go join the team that just pushed you out. That's just me personally. We're living in a day and time where this is a new generation. Guys, I don't think are hungry or competitive as my generation was. Paul Pierce, you wanted to leave Boston. You see the hypocrisy of players? You wanted to leave. You wanted to leave. This is what's funny. The hypocrisy that everybody is upset with. Jerry West was pissed off. Jerry West was pissed off at how they treated Kevin Durant, and he couldn't believe it. After he told you a month before that this would show his true game. But see, this is the world we live in. A GM or an owner can trade a player, get rid of a player, not pay a player, treat a player like crap. But if a player decides he wants to better his career by winning a championship, he's weak. That's why I told you guys. This is like the dumbest logic I've ever heard in my life. Exactly, Daryl Clark. That's what I'm saying. These are the same people who shit on Dame. They shit on Dame Lillard, right? But they shit on KD. But then they say to Dame Lillard, somebody come get Dame Lillard. Somebody come trade for Dame Lillard. Which one is it? The reason people are mad because Kevin Durant went to the Warriors and he beat them. And that's what I told people. Jerry West got Kevin Durant to Golden State. Wasn't no Bob Myers or Pete Myers or whatever. I told you guys when I did my video, The Misconceptions and Half-Truths, I told y'all the truth what happened. The Warriors paid Jerry West money because he's an advisor to get Kevin Durant over there. Jerry West, his being an advisor of the Warriors snagged them Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. But nobody brings it up.
I happen to know Kevin really well when he was in Golden State. He's one of the nicest people that you ever want to be around. He's a serious basketball player. This guy does not neglect his craft. And I think sometimes when people poke and prod and with him, sometimes he'll say things that I'm happy he said them, but many times I don't think that's, people misread him, who he is as a person. Yep. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. And for him to want out, I can see why. But again, wherever he goes, or to my best guess, he'll be in, he's not going to get traded. You can't give enough to get a guy like him. And I see, Utah makes a trade with Minnesota.
KD shouldn't have gone nowhere else, Stevie. Why? Why should he have gone somewhere else? He didn't have to go nowhere else. The problem is we're brainwashed. We're brainwashed to think a certain way. Let's talk about Michael Jordan. Since everybody loved to go to Michael Jordan, he fought so hard. He did this. Michael Jordan was trying to leave the Chicago Bulls. He hated Jerry Krause. But at the end of the day, Jerry Krause moves helped Michael Jordan win championships. Nobody sees the cockamamie bullshit that the media and people put out there to be disrespectful because they don't get their way. They want to control the players. Well, they don't appreciate him in Golden State, Stevie. It's not because of the organization, it's because of the media. You got to understand, Stevie, 70% of the people in the world and America are idiots. The average person is a dumbass. They don't know anything. They don't follow stuff. They go by what these shows, that's why they put these shows together, because they wanted to keep the fan or the average person dumb. And that's what they do. Well, Steph fans don't like anybody, but nobody cares what Steph fans feel. What's up, A-Dub? Yeah, what's up, DC? Yeah, Shaq too. Yeah, Shaq as well. That's what I'm saying. It's like Shaq didn't get any criticism. He didn't get no criticism when he did Orlando dirty. But nobody wants to bring that up. But Michael Jordan thing is, Michael Jordan was going to leave Chicago. You think Michael Jordan would have stayed in Chicago if he had the choice of free agency and to go somewhere and do what he had to do? Man, Mike would have left. But see, they won that year. They won that championship. So that's why he didn't leave. That's what I'm saying. Like, all these players they try to give love to and give credit to, these guys is bull crap.
I said, oh my God.
Now you have comments. Imagine if Jerry joined the Boston Celtics to win. What does that got to do with anything that he just said? That's what I'm saying. Boston and the Lakers are rivals. OKC and Golden State never were rivals. They never were rivals. That's what I'm trying to say. They never were rivals. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Durant's rivals were Memphis and the Spurs. That's the point. People stupid. That's what I'm trying to tell them. The rivalry of Golden State rival was the Clippers. The Clippers in Houston. The Clippers in Houston were the Golden State Warriors rivals. Wasn't those KD was the one playing the Spurs in Memphis all the time. Golden State wasn't. Golden State was going at Clippers in Houston. But see, that's what I'm saying. People stupid. They listen to these ticket TVs. They listen to all these other dudes who hold Michael Jordan to the highest standard. And it's like, bro, Michael was a great player, but dude, they changed the league for Michael to win his championships. Michael would not have won his championships if they would not have done a lot of restructuring of the Eastern Conference. People don't see that. People only see, oh, he went 6-0. Yeah, but he did it in a weak-ass East. He should have gone 6-0. And plus, most of them players, they were his buddy. They were his friend. Pat Ewing, Charles Barkley, all these guys he would rub noses with. Jeff Van Gundy told the truth about Michael Jordan, and nobody wanted to hear it. Jeff Van Gundy called Michael Jordan a con man. And he's a con man. He is. Michael Jordan is the biggest con man in history. And he is. But nobody sees it because you know why? Too many of the media people, they do that to Michael Jordan. They suck Michael Jordan off because nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody want to hear the truth. the Suns versus Clippers, dog, that'll be a great dude. You know how many ratings that'll get? That will help the NBA. The NBA needs a Phoenix versus Clippers Western Conference Finals. Or hell, a Memphis and Phoenix. You can have a Memphis or Phoenix. You can have a Denver. Dude, the league will prosper if you do it correctly. But see, he don't know how to do that because he's stupid. He's dumb. Right, A-Dub, that was their darling. Michael Jordan was a goddamn con man. Yeah, Michael Jordan has skills, Kazim. Michael Jordan's probably the greatest player ever, or I think he's the great. I think I got Kobe as the greatest two guard, but I got Michael as like the probably the greatest scorer ever. But I got Wilt. It's like between Wilt, Kobe, and Mike. But Mike is a great player. He had skill. I'm not taking that from him. But I'm saying is that we pick and choose who we like. We pick and choose people that we ride for and who we don't. It's just mind-boggling to me at the hypocrisy of Michael Jordan fans. Like, they forget Michael Jordan was losing all the time. Michael was going to leave Chicago. He was probably going to go to either the Knicks or he was going to go to Boston. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But look at this, though. You know, let's look at this. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics, correct? They have 17 titles in between each other. It's really 16 for the Lakers cuz I don't count that bubble shit, but that's what they got here. You got 17 and 17, right? Now, the next team is Golden State. Golden State has 7 championships. What's up, Leafo? Yeah, Jordan didn't do it by himself, but Jordan fans speak as if he did. Yeah, it's a team sport. Yeah, exactly, DC. DC, you're exactly right. I said that I said that on Sunday. I told them two LeBron idiot fans, bro, Bird and Magic were the darlings of the 80s. They used to give them everything, but I didn't hear nobody complaining. I didn't hear nobody say Bird need to win without Kevin McHale or what's his name, Robert Parrish. I didn't hear Magic couldn't win without Kareem or James Worthy and all that. But for Kobe Bryant, y'all have to say, oh, Kobe got to show he could win without Shaq. Oh man, he had to go get Pau Gasol. I'm like, dude, do you know how many people Magic Johnson played with and Bird? It's like it's just the stupidity that I'm so tired of. It is so tiresome to see all these idiots. I didn't know it was this bad, dog. I really didn't know. You know, I didn't know they was that dumb. I didn't know people were that stupid. Yeah, they be giving Scottie Pippen all that credit. It wasn't even Scottie Pippen. The reason the Bulls were good is you had Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright. They were getting the rebounds and they were making the mid-range shots. Paxson and Craig Hodges were the deep threats, the three-point threats. That's fine. Right. The Bulls did it the right way. They drafted their two main guys. I mean, to me, there's no right way, DC. I mean, you could build the team through the draft. You could build the team. It's no right way. It's whatever way works for you. If you're good at trading players, picking up players in free agency and winning games, that's what you do. Look at the Dallas Mavericks with Dirk Nowitzki when they won. Dirk was the only one really on that team that was homegrown. They Jason Kidd was on the Mavs early in his career. He came back. Terry was traded there. JJ Barea, I believe, was picked up to come play. I think he was drafted. Sean Marion was picked up in free agency. Tyson Chandler was picked up in free agency. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. It's like you skinning a cat. It's no real right way to skin a cat. You can skin a cat like this and you could do it that way. It really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It depends on what you do. Thank you, Stevie No Wonder. The goal for an organization is to win. You do it by any legal means. And that's the truth. You do. It's no right way. It's no right or wrong way, guys, to win a championship. It's not. It's not. And that's all I'm trying to explain to everybody. You know, listen, I don't care who you got as your number 1, 2 greatest player of all time. I don't care. To me, there's no such thing as a greatest player of all time. There's no such thing because it's different positions, it's different styles. Wilt Chamberlain, yeah, he won 2 championships, but Wilt Chamberlain was better than most of these guys who got 5 or 6 championships. Come on. That's what I'm saying the championships show how great your team was. It ingratiates your team in history. When you win a championship, you remember your team. You remember the guys on that team that got you there. That's what it's about. But when you win individual awards or you win scoring titles and things of that, that's for you as an individual player. You know, like I tell people, Michael Jordan, in my opinion, had the better career than Kobe Bryant. But in my opinion, I would still take Kobe as a better player. Kobe had a better bag than Mike. His all-around game to me was better. That's just me. You know, so I'm just saying. But Michael had the better career. Like you look at this, you know, you see the Spurs. The Spurs got their players from drafting. They also picked up key free agents to play certain positions. You know, Golden State, they won they had 3 championships before, you know, before they won in 2015, 17, 18 and 2022. But before that, the Warriors had 3 championships already. You know what I'm saying? So the Bulls, they didn't win until 91 to 98. Right, Stevie No Wonder. People act like every team gonna strike gold in the lottery. Exactly. That's not the case. Yeah, not everyone the Lakers or Celtics. Correct. but not OKC. But that's what I'm saying. OKC used to be Seattle. They won in 1979. After that, they lost. They lost twice. They lost in 96 and 2012. Right. LeBron fans are big hypocrites. They've always been the biggest hypocrites ever. Like right here, the history of the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks came in 1946. They were known as the Buffalo Bisons. After 38 days in Buffalo, the team moved to Moline, Illinois, where they were renamed the Tri-City Blackhawks. In 1949, they joined the NBA as part of the merger between the NBL and the Basketball Association of America, which was the BAA, and briefly had Red Auerbach as coach. In 1951, Kerner moved the team to Milwaukee, where they changed their name to Milwaukee Hawks. Kerner and the team moved again in 1955 to St. Louis. Who remembers them as the St. Louis Hawks? Where they won their only NBA championship in 1958. It seemed like the city of St. Louis is good luck for winning championships, because it seemed like everybody who moved to St. Louis won a championship. And qualified to play in the NBA Finals in 1957, 60, and 61. The Hawks played the Boston Celtics in all four of their trips to the finals. The St. Louis Hawks moved to Atlanta in 1968 when Kerner sold the franchise to Thomas Cousins and former Georgia Governor Carl Sanders. That's a lot of history, guys. That is a lot of history. That's my only problem. People don't like to give Warriors credit by saying they were a cheat code team or something. Like, really, they were just as the same as them Heat teams, and now y'all got a problem. Yep. Yeah, Bob Pett is actually a dub. I'm like, well, by that logic, wasn't Miami Heat? Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Teams like that, when you put teams together, they don't win all the time. That's why I tell people, just play the game. Why are y'all complaining about who's on the team? Everybody want to say, it hurts his legacy. Why does it hurt his legacy? That's what I'm saying. Like, how does it hurt your legacy? Your legacy is on the court is what you do on the court. You mean to tell me that you had a choice to get Kevin Durant, you wouldn't get Kevin Durant? Yeah, that Warriors team was beaten by Kawhi and the Raptors. Yeah, just go out there and beat them. That's all you got to do. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, guys. I got to wake up in a few hours. Great talking to you guys, man. We'll discuss some more later on. This is the DJ Report signing off. Peace.